We've got a lot of questions, and I'm sure we'll talk about this a little bit in off the radar, Craig. But we will address at some point during the show Pole Assassin and her monkey.
Oh, yeah. We got to.
Yeah.
We have to. That was the biggest story coming out of Monday night. It wasn't the football game or, the World Series, kind of narrowing down to its final days or anything else going on in sports is of interest. Not even the coaching carousels. It was the Halloween pet monkey incident in Austin, Texas with Jeff Banks and his girlfriend. And, yeah, that was – I don't know what that was just so bizarre, honestly. Like, just seeing that story when it first came out, the tweet that broke the story, so to speak, of I'm hearing on good authority that, Texas' Jeff Banks has got a pet monkey and it bit a kid that was trick-or-treating and whatnot. And so, yeah, I've seen at least Texas has seemed to have fun with it. I saw – a player talking about it. I think it was DeMarvion Overshown maybe that said, I want a pet monkey. Was that the text that you sent?
But that was 2 months ago.
Oh, was that 2 months ago?
Put up this tweet.
I thought that was today.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you have this tweet? Let me know when you got it. I sent it over to – I thought it was today too. So here gives you – just to give you – and this is just supposed backstory on my part. I'm just trying to, forensically – figure out the timeline here. So for those of you who don't know, Jeff Banks is the special teams coach and I believe the recruiting coordinator for Texas, right?
Oh, I don't know if that's my head.
But he's the special teams coach for Texas, Jeff Banks. He is now dating and cohabitating with a stripper whose stage name is Pole Assassin. And Craig, I'm not a person who frequents those type of places. Not that I'm not going to sit here and tell you I haven't been in one. But I'll tell you this. If I walked into a place and the next thing I heard was now coming to the stage, Pole Assassin, that's a place I'm going to go, you know what? I'm gonna go.
Yeah, I don't know. It's usually like Diamond or Mercedes. I feel like Pole Assassin. That's a little more serious. But yeah, I that was just again bizarre. All the details from a pet monkey to biting a trick or treater to a girlfriend who's a stripper. Which hey, get it how you can get it or whatever. But and then her name Pole Assassin. Like the whole thing was just strange, and it's fun to see how that played out. And obviously, Texas fans are like, well, he was at A&M before, just trying to get it away from us. And A&M fans are like, no, this is all you, brother. He's at Texas right now. So, yeah, that was a fun story.
Yeah, all right, here is the tweet. This is from 2 months ago, August 20th. And this is DeMarvion Overshown tweets out, I really want a pet monkey. And then defensive coordinator Pete Kwiatkowski just tweets back, no, you don't.
Yeah.
So
don't.
I'm guessing that he knows of the tribulations of living with a monkey through maybe the stories of their special teams coach.
Very, very possible. I've heard that, those things can be a handful to take care of. So, you saw Ross on Friends had Marcel, and I think a bunch of people in America had the desire to get, like, pet spider monkeys. And, basically those people who know about animals were like, no, I don't think you realize. Like, you're seeing, like, a 30-second clip where the monkey's well-behaved, but in real life, those things are absolute terrors and will – stress you the blank out for sure. Not the best pets.
Yeah,
but obviously biting trick or treaters that's not good.
And when you're 4-4, these things, if they were 8-0, this would be a lot fun.
Oh, the pet monkey would be a part of like the touchdown celebrations on the sidelines if they were 8-1 or something like that.
Yeah, but 4-4 and lost 3 games in a row. Possibly going to lose 4 in a row, and they got Iowa State this week in Ames. That's even though Iowa State's coming off a loss, I don't want to go play them coming off a loss in Ames. That's going to be a tough one. So yeah, it's not a cute story when you're 4-4.
I mean, it still kind of is, honestly. I mean, I think it's, if anything, I think that instead of it being some like massive embarrassment, which I'm sure it is to some extent, it just kind of like releases the tension because it's just so ridiculous that, you're moping around and you're not happy about 3 losses in a row and now you got to go play Iowa State. But at the same time, it's some comic relief, I think. It's kind of a moment to just sort of laugh at. I don't know how, the behind the scenes with the pet monkey and the child who was bit or whatever. I don't know what that's, where that is or what needs to be taken care of there, if anything. But it just, a little bit of comic relief, and I'm sure the players are probably having fun with it more than it being some dire thing. But I'll tell you, Iowa State, that was a massively disappointing loss for them this past weekend. I mean, going to Morgantown, you always feel like that's, some treacherous territory. Some years, obviously more treacherous than others. And this year, it's still, a road environment, and that's not always a given. And I think Iowa State probably felt like the win the week prior over Oklahoma State was, their get right, and they were just going to, be on their way. I can't help but feel that they came in somewhat underprepared or overconfident, one or the other or both, because of the way that they performed. It was, what some Iowa State fans have said, maybe their worst defensive performance in the last 5 years. That's heavy words right there. And, offensively, they're still very good, but, Jarrett Dagey played a good game overall, had a couple picks. One of them wasn't his fault, but they got the running game going. He made some big throws. Receivers made some big plays, and their defense made some big plays, and that was a heck of a win. I know there was some weird officiating at times in that game. A lot that went against Iowa State, some that went against West Virginia, though, too. But that's, even Iowa State fans will tell you that's not why they lost. I mean,
No.
it didn't help. It certainly hurt, but they lost because they didn't play a good game. So I think they will definitely be in bounce-back mode. And, yeah, Texas, I mean, they're looking at under 500 or going back above 500. And we know for Iowa State, any losses from this point on, already it's a disappointment what's happened, but any more would just further drive home that point.
Yeah, officiating is never a reason you lose a game. It's a reason that doesn't help. I mean, I say never, but sometimes it can be. But you need to play well enough each week so that bad calls don't completely kill you.
Right.
Or questionable calls, 50-50, don't go against you. All right.
Well, that's the thing, is Iowa State still could have won
Yeah.
that game despite the officiating. They just didn't play well enough.
Yeah, exactly. All right. On our little concert question.